Welcome back to Pregame show number 3. My name is Aiden. Here are the boys, Sydney, Noah, Edward. Missing Noah Kim today, unfortunately, in his hot takes, but it's good to have y'all on here. How y'all feeling today?
I'm doing great.
Doing good.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Let's talk a little bit about Tuesday. We lost that game. We went 2 for 22 for 3. Not our best shooting performance. But I will tell you this: Clay Payne and Max Elliott, they were working down there, and that was a big takeaway from that game. What do you guys see there?
I will say, Aiden, I think your prediction was spot on. Although it was a closer ball game than you predicted, I think USN's going to beat him the second time.
Oh, for sure.
I think this is a game we could have won. I think we contained their best player pretty well. Number 3, we fouled a ton. They got to the line a lot, and we didn't make our free throws. We also took a lot of threes and didn't make them. I think we need to get more in the paint in the future, like tonight.
Like I said before on the last pregame show, I said when you're a team that lives and dies by the three-point shot and you're not hitting threes, you're going to lose the game. 2 for 22, that speaks for itself. Quinn and Mahoney, I think they hit one apiece. And if we're going to shoot a bunch of threes, we need them to be hitting, and they didn't. I predicted a blowout, obviously. We ended up losing that game. But defensively, we looked very good. The defensive switch at the beginning of the third quarter didn't work well for us, but the man was working great, and we did a great job of slowing down Devin Hill. And when we see them next time, I believe that will be a very different outcome because we've got a lot more time this season. So that's what I think. That are my thoughts.
Yeah, and I think too the Tigers got to switch it up when it's not working. I mean, the three-pointer just wasn't working, and they should have switched more to playing in the paint. I mean, that again, the paint the high post has been kind of their bread and butter this year, but I think they got to switch it up sooner if they want to. Figure out what's working if they want to get the win.
Yeah, I like what you say there, Edward. A lot of our philosophy, if you were hitting those shots, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But if we are trying to shove the circle into the square over and over and we just keep missing threes, there is no point in shooting those shots anymore. We need to look down at Max, at Clay, and get those points under the bucket. And I think we were able to do that a little bit, but not enough to win, not enough to get that scoreboard in our favor. Something that I want to see against Webb is not necessarily all this shooting. I think we proved that I know we can shoot, but we did not show that we could shoot on Tuesday. I do not think that should be our game plan. I think we should go in looking for that low post. If it isn't working, then you bring it out to shoot, not before.
Right, you got Clay Payne, you got Max Elliott. Max Elliott, he was a little quiet last game. Clay had a much louder game, but I'm going to have to disagree with you on that. I think that we should stick with the plan of shooting threes because, with one off night, it could have just been an off night for us, we could be hitting today. And it might just be 50-50, but I think that if we're hitting threes, we have a much better chance at winning this game tonight. But, also, we do have, a very effective high post players with Max and Clay down there. So we could try either thing. I think we should definitely mix in the two things tonight.
Yeah, and Max, who I think most of his looks are from the three-point line, and I know he was frustrated with that after last game. I think he talked to the coach, maybe try to get more of a role interior like Clay, and I think that should help us out. So
I got to agree with both Sydney and Noah here. I think we keep shooting the ball. I think in talking to the players, they agreed it was an off night. I don't think they're set on changing their strategy much. So I got to agree with both of you that we keep doing that and we find the looks that's best for every player individually.
We're talking about Max a little bit. Now, this is a guy that's been a 4-year starter, and he really doesn't get in the game as much as you would expect a 4-year starter to get in the game. He's in there for the tip off, right, and then he takes him out. Yeah. What if you're Coach Jones? Why are you doing that? What do you see in these other guys that Max does not provide?
Well, like I just said, I think Coach isn't utilizing Max to the best of his ability. Max is more of he's probably our tallest guy. He should be using the paint. Why not take advantage of that size? And especially like against a guy like Steven tonight, we're going to need somebody in the paint giving Steven an opposing look on the offensive side and defense. So.
Right. Well, one thing I can say is, if you're a starter, sometimes, if Coach Jones doesn't think that Max was doing the best option, or he wasn't the best option for the team, that he's going to take him out. And maybe I think it's because He was maybe playing too much on the perimeter, and he's a center, and we need him in the paint all the time. And he wasn't getting as many boards as we would have liked him to last game. And I think he can get boards. I think he's very strong, and I think he has a lot to offer. But when you're not doing those things, you have to go with different options. I mean, you have to look at different players and somebody that might provide something that he may not necessarily be giving to the team at that particular moment.
Yeah, and I think, this is not a smash mouth team. This is not a punch you in the face in the paint. This is a team that's a lot of guard play for historically. That's how it's been the last few years. It has not been excuse me. It has not been a big post team for a while. And I think that we have the height and the potential in these centers and posts. I think we take advantage of that. I don't see any reason why we have Max shooting threes when we could have Max under the basket. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about some of our guards now that we're on that topic. Khalil, Austin, I think they did a good job protecting the ball. There were some turnovers, but I think for the most part, from what I saw, they were pretty solid. Can you guys talk a little bit about like Khalil and Austin?
Yeah, I think when I think of Khalil and Austin, I think of like defensive shutdown. Yeah. I mean, they're both really solid on the ball, guarding the other team's guards. And I think that's going to be the key tonight against Webb, is shutting down their guards. But I have to agree with what you said. They have done a good job protecting the ball, moving it around, playing into the offense that Coach Jones has established. And it didn't show on Tuesday, but I think they're shooting the ball well as well.
With Edwards' point, they've been great on defense, but I will say it doesn't seem like they've been that active offensively until like the end of the game. You don't see guys like Austin and Khalil really driving and scoring consistently until the end of the game when it's not as close. And I just think guys like them, they need to get more looks early on to keep us in this game, and then they can use their defense to help us stay in it.
That point right there is exactly what I was gonna build off of. Is where the guards on our team, Austin and Khalil, are just our starting guards, are not trying to as hard to create shots for themselves. I see it more from Austin than I do from Khalil. And those guys, I know that they can create their own shots. I've seen it. We've seen it. I've played with them before, and I know that they can create their own shots. They're very good shot creators. But if we can't get them to do that, and I think Coach Jones should look at mixing other guards in the rotation. I think it's time to start giving somebody like an Amon or a Brock some looks and some time in the games, because those guys maybe they will try to create their own shot. But
we talk about we have these guards, but they're not these guards from last year. Why not? Why can't they score 20 points in a game? I think that this is a method that worked really well for us last year with all that talent, and I think it could work again. But I just think Coach Jones needs to allow them to create these opportunities instead of, obviously a point guard. Their job is to distribute the ball, but if they see an opportunity, you need to seize that opportunity and you need to take it. And I think we have seen a little bit of this from each of them driving in. I think Khalil's a little more physical than Austin. Austin likes to shoot more. But I think that this could be this. I think this is going to be a great team, but it's going to take time.
Yeah. The one thing that's special about this team, in my opinion, is that they're going to be more of a team,
for sure,
more spread out offense.
Right.
Like last year, we had to rely on our two guards to score everything, and guys like the forwards weren't getting as many looks. But now everybody's going to have their opportunity, and this is a team that everybody wants to play for, I'm sure. And if everybody plays to their best of ability, this team could even be better than last year's, I think.
And I agree with that. I think that score first guards can work, and we saw that last year. It can work, but I think a team that will distribute the ball like this team will, that will look for these posts because they now have those tools down there. They have Clay Payne in the post. That guy has been a monster. We did not have that last year.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
Absolutely.
We had a little bit of timid post down there. That's not the case this year. We have some talent down there. We have some smash mouth posts. I want to see that in Webb today, and I think if we see that little sliver of post work, I think we're really gonna get a breakout for the rest of the season. Now let's move into our predictions for today. Webb, tough team. it's going to be a tough matchup for us. Edward, what do you got?
I know this might be unpopular, but I got to go USN. Even off a big loss, I think that's going to energize them. They are a great comeback team, especially after the success they experienced last year. I just can't see them taking that loss without having a little fire in them. And I think they're going to use that tonight. They're going to come out hot. They're going to hit shots, and I think it'll be really close. But I think USN gets it at the end of the day.
I think. Sorry, my turn.
Yeah.
I think USN loses this game. Although I do think we play better than we did last game. I think we're going to be on an upward track from now on. If guys just hit their free throws and limit fouling, I think we can keep ourselves in this game. Ultimately, it's going to come down to bench scoring, in my opinion. Yeah. And Quinn showed good bench scoring, but I just think we won't have enough of what we need from the bench, and that's going to cause us to lose.
For me, I think I'm going to go with Webb tonight. And I say that because their high post presence is very dominant with Steven in the post. And I think he's going to be very overwhelming for us tonight. And, when we live by the three-pointer, I don't know how, consistent we can be from there. I haven't seen enough from this team. So I don't know. And I just think Webb is together. They're very together. They have a lot of team chemistry. They're good at everything. And I think they're going to overwhelm the Tigers tonight. So I'm going with Webb.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Clay is going to have quite a matchup here. And that might be a shutdown, but we don't know that yet. I'm going to go Webb for tonight, but hear me out. Even though this might be the popular opinion for tonight, I think that it's a close game. USN was able to keep that game with MTCS within 5 points, with going 2 for 22 from three. Yeah. They're not going to do that tonight. Yeah. They're going to shoot. They're going to shoot better than 2 for 22. Pretty God. So I think in that reason alone, I think that they'll give Webb a close game if they're able to do the post work they're able to do, move the ball, and produce without that 3-point shot. Add that 3-point shot. It's going to be a close game. I think Webb still pulls this one out. I think right now they are the more solid team. I think we could beat them down the road. I don't see it happening now.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on the pregame show. We hope to see you in Sperling at 6 o'clock. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Don't forget to check out the new podcast on USN YouTube, Between the Learns, where we give you a taste about some Tiger sports. So,
yes, sir.
Tigers.
All right.